Hey guys, what's up? Um, okay, so I've been trying to just kind of get back into the swing of things since I've returned from California. Um, I just wanted to tell you guys a story and what I saw down on Venice Beach mainly. I mean, I met incredible people in the hostel. I know I've already talked about this a little bit. Maybe I already did talk about this. I gotta I just kind of go through these. I don't even really ever have a specific set thing to talk about in these videos. I just kind of talk what's on my mind. But I haven't stopped thinking about this, so I'm gonna bring it up one more time if I already talked about it because it's important for people to hear about it. Um, so if you're born and raised on the East Coast, we're born in this bubble a little bit. Totally, I definitely was anyway. At least I feel as if I was. And the reason why it's important to travel and to see other countries is because, we all know that it's not like it is here everywhere else, but we don't really know exactly how it's different. Not that, I only went for 1 week. I was supposed to go for a little bit longer, but, 1 week was more than enough time to see glimpses of what's going on. So let me tell you what's going on down in Venice Beach right now. Let me tell you about this woman. Don't know her name. She doesn't speak anymore because, okay. Meth. The heroin addiction, the heroin issues going on the, in Boston and all on the East Coast right now from the pharmaceutical industries and stuff like that and the Percocets or whatever. Okay, well, they have a meth problem down in California, unreal meth problem. And by that, I mean, it's not even, I know that there's meth up here, and I know of people that do meth up here, not, all the time, but, I know people that have done meth up here. The meth up here is, some Breaking Bad shit. It's, made in a lab, and so it's, it fucks people up, still can become a meth head on it, but it's, high-quality grade meth. The meth that they are doing down in Venice Beach is some trailer park made in a 2-liter bottle meth. It is absolutely destroying the brains of the people down in that beach. To the point where, I mean, when I was down there, I met this girl named Asad. She was wicked cool. She was so, I was like, hey, will you help me out? Figure out, I was like, I want to, I basically told her, I was like, listen, I stayed in the hostel last night, but I'm not really interested in staying in the hostel anymore. I'd rather, stay on the streets, but I'm not going to do that if I'm going to get, I didn't know the severity of living, I didn't know the complications that came along with living on the streets and stuff like that. And she was like, honestly, dude, if you stick with me, you'll be fine. So I stuck with her, and I was fine. For a couple days. It wasn't even, but it was enough to see something. So, when I was down there on the streets, I didn't use any of my money. I was wire wrapping, I was singing, people were handing me dollar bills. The only time I did use my money was to go and get food for the people that were taking care of me. That's the only time I did use my money that I brought along with me. Because I did bring money with me. I wasn't completely, homeless, but I didn't have a plan, which was kind of interesting. But back to what I really want to talk about. I'll tell you the story about this girl I saw. So, there is this woman down there named Granny. She kind of takes care of all of the homeless kids down there. So basically, the easiest way I can put it is that there's the good homeless people, the bad homeless people, and then there's the meth heads. The good homeless people are the people that are the vendors. They're just a lot of the vendors down there, they're homeless. They just chill. They make enough money to eat, and then they sleep on the beach, and they have a great time. Those were the people that I was they were so loving. I miss them. I will miss them for a long time. But they're really cool people. They get it. They made a conscious decision, most of them, to be homeless because of whatever reason. They just all wanted to make their art or music or whatever. Cool. The bad homeless people are homeless there not by choice. They're the people that have stolen from their family members, and you can just read, you can just feel the bitterness and the negativity pulsing off out of their bodies. They walk around with this demeanor that's negative. It really is. And I love everyone. I talked to a lot of them, but they were mean. They were not nice people. So then the meth heads. So there was this girl. She had hair like a little bit long. I mean, a little bit shorter than mine. Like it was just brown, like cut all over. It was bald. Like there was like a V. It went like this in the back, balding. Because from her being like, and she didn't even talk. She just was like, like flipping over stuff, like picking through the trash, and like. So I was like, I'm interested in how, like, without being disrespectful to her life and the fact that she is a human, I was watching her because I was interested in her story. I'm like I've never seen people that fucked up on meth or like any drug, honestly. Like I've never seen people that fucked up. Anyway, so like Granny, I got like a little bit. I'd been watching her for like 5 or 10 minutes, and I got a little bit closer. And Granny was like, "Granddaughter, don't get any closer to her. Like, how long have you been here for? I haven't seen you around." I was telling her, I was like, "I honestly just got here. I don't know how long I'm staying. I'm just chilling." I was like, "I'm just like passing through for a little bit." She's like, "All right, well, stay away from her. She's getting violent." And I was like, "What do you mean?" She was like, "She showed up on this beach like about a year ago, and she was completely normal, nice girl, just didn't really have anywhere to go, just was like chilling out. Got wrapped up with the wrong people. Now she's a meth head and like literally cannot talk. Like does not know where she is, doesn't make any money off vending, doesn't do any, just picks through trash. She throws glass at people, like from the trash, like she'll straight up throw it at people. And like just eats out of the trash, like has no clue what the fuck she's doing. It's so messed up. And I was like, I felt like, I saw her, like she was a pretty girl. Like she was probably like 26, like young, like whatever. And like, but so I was talking to Granny. I was like, oh, like, well, what, I asked her about her story. She told me that she just like showed up a year ago or so. And I was like, okay, so, if she doesn't make money off vending, how does she have money? I know it's cheap meth down there, but how does she even have money to afford that meth? This is what messed me up in a way that made me like feel like, holy shit, that's one of my sisters and someone did this to her. Granny told me that the bad homeless people, there's men down there that are homeless and they're not meth heads, but they buy the meth. They take her over to, what are they called? They take her over to the pier down there or like wherever, and they shoot her up with meth. These men that are not on meth. That usually it's like the men that are just holding the signs on the side of the road. They're not really vendors because like vendors are usually happy spirits or like artists. But they're just holding these signs and they get money. They buy meth. They shoot this girl up. They pull her into the public bathroom and rape her. I saw her the next day get pulled into that bathroom by a man and raped. And no one does anything. No one says anything. The police are probably, I don't know how they're not aware of that. This girl is so messed up, she can't, like, verbalize that's happening to her. She probably doesn't even know. But, I don't know what's, like, no one's looking for her. People are just, like, it's sad. Everyone feels bad about it, but no one knows what to do. Like, everyone else that knows and cared about her is homeless and just trying to make their way down there. And while I have no clue what to do, I know that I can't forget about it. Because so many people have forgot about this girl, and, like, I can't forget about her because it's, like, burnt into my brain. Like, I saw that happen. And that's why the love revolution is so important, not only to me, but to the world. And, like, I truly believe that by changing the mindset, we can change the world. Like, that, like, what if that was your sister? What if that was your daughter? What if that was your, like, anyone? What if that was your mother? She made mistakes. She got caught up with the wrong people, but now she has no fucking brain. None. Really. Like, I mean it, guys. Like, I don't even know if she got rehabbed, if she did get rehabilitated. Like, I don't even know how much she would come back because the meth there is so toxic. There was also this boy down there. He was about my age. He was probably like 18, 19, 20. That was like a majority of the people I was hanging out with down there. His name was Yoshi. He had just started doing meth the week before I got there. I watched this guy over the course of like 3 days or whatever. Like, he didn't sleep for over a week. Like, he was, like, up for, like, 9 days, walking around talking to himself. This young guy, and he was just addicted to this meth. He wasn't shooting up yet, but I was just like, dude, what are you doing? And he was like, why does it matter what I do? No one really cares about me. Like, I'm just here anyway. Like, I'm probably gonna die on this fucking boardwalk. Like, and that's his decision. Like, you know, there's some people that do make that conscious decision themselves. Why? I don't know. He's been on that boardwalk for probably over a year, and he was clean until he wasn't clean anymore. But the girl that I was hanging out with, and like, I saw it, like, she was heartbroken. That was one of her, like, this girl, like, literally told me every day, if you fucking do meth, like, you're out. She's like, I can't care about you anymore, because I've had enough people I've cared about turn over to the dark side and choose that for themselves, and, like, you know, their lives down there are not, the life down there does not have to be, I don't know. It's just, there's stuff going on in the world, and I know this is just one more story. I know there's a bunch of messed up stories that happen here. And I know that there's a bunch of issues here that's why I'm back. Like, I don't know, there's nowhere I need to be to do this, to continue talking about this stuff. I can be here, I can be in Guam, like, it doesn't matter. There's corruptness around the world. But there is light everywhere. Out of all the homeless people there, and out of all of the vendors, like, there was a lot of light, a lot of love, a lot of, you know, I went to San Francisco, one of the most beautiful cities in the world, and, like, that place, you know, I realized something. There was children there that were so enlightened, and, like, they gave me, like, a lot of, like, they were just, they understood it. They were like, listen, like, but they're also born in a bubble. They don't understand how dark some places of the world can be, because they grew up in this beautiful city that's art in itself. It's art for art's sake. That city is art for art's sake. I can't stop saying that. It's unreal, the vibes there. They're so, you know, it really stands for human resilience. It was destroyed in 1906 by an earthquake, and what wasn't destroyed in that earthquake was absolutely destroyed in fires. They rebuilt it from the ground up. They built the streets on top of the collapsed buildings, and, like, why? Because it's beautiful there. It's really beautiful there. And people wanted to live there, and that stands for human resilience. Like, the Palace of Fine Arts, holy moly, they just built that to build that because it was beautiful. It will be one of the wonders of the world, given time. It's amazing that they built that there. It's just a structure to exist, that's it. And, like, so there was a lot of light on my trip. I met a lot of enlightened people too. Like, I really did. And, like, they made me realize, like, they reassured what I was doing. They were like, what you're doing is awesome, man. I was like, dude, what you're doing is awesome. And a lot of musicians, a lot of artists, not that everyone has to be a musician or an artist, but I don't know. I just know that if we keep going on the path we're going, we're destroying not only our planet, we're not destroying the planet, guys. Like, nature will adapt, and it will be here long after we are. What we're doing is changing the earth so much, in the environment so much, that we as people can no longer exist within it. People are getting sick, cancer, all of these things that are just, like, you know, killing people left and right, killing off the human population, and it's up to us. The only reason why society exists the way it does is because of people. So people have all of the ability to change that if they choose to. And I truly believe that we can improve society. It doesn't have to get more complicated. It can get more simple and more beautiful. It can get more, you know, more encouraging and safer all at the same time. We can start loving each other truly just for the life and the light that we have. We can start valuing our all life on the same level, like the same way. Like, we just need to start realizing we need to stop trying to dominate the world and start trying to coexist within it. And, you know, it's a process. It is. It's a really, like, tedious, and it's a really, like, it will very well take me my entire life, like, and it will take you your entire life. But, you know, like, at this point, all I do know and all I feel comfortable saying for fact is that if the world keeps going the way it goes, like, how much longer will it be here? Can you honestly say to yourself that things aren't getting worse for the human species? Are you really okay with the way things are? And if you are, that's fine. I'm not judging anyone. I'm not trying to put anyone down for what you're doing. What you are doing is of the utmost importance. I truly believe that everyone has a purpose. I also believe that there are some people that die without seeking out that purpose. Because it's not just, I don't know. I just want everyone to know that I truly do love all of you. And I truly will not stop, like, posting videos about this stuff and speaking my mind freely, because it makes me feel good to do this stuff. It's an artwork to me. I'm getting involved in this. And the best part is it's like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. It doesn't really matter what I do. I don't really care, like, what people think anymore. I care about how people feel. The love revolution is not a defined thing. The love revolution is simply living for life's sake. It's art for art's sake. It's grasping purity. Because, and it's seeking the deeper meaning for life and a deeper truth every day. And not assuming that you know how to love, but understanding that you will always be able to love more. And I love all of you more every single day. And I'm, there's some days where I get caught up, and there's some days where I, like, I have to spend a lot of time meditating to get back to, like, my roots. And, like, it's like, there's a lot of stuff that I've done that I'm not proud of in the past, and there will be stuff that I do in the future that I'm not proud of, but self-awareness is key to happiness, and happiness is always a choice. So I choose to be happy, and I choose to try and make other people happy in any way that I can, and if I screw up along the way, well, I'm not perfect. No one's perfect, but we all are perfect in the sense that we are all life. So, with that being said, I love you all. Peace and good luck. Namaste. Love revolution, guys. Let's change the world. Let's make this world a place where we can all just be. That's the goal. Please just be. Seriously. Love you guys. Love this little pup. Love this little pup.